Ji, Assalamu alaikum, audience. Today, we are going to learn about listening part one of IELTS. And let me tell you, this is Rahat Friaz, a linguist, a language expert. And we are going to learn today first part of IELTS listening. So we would be discussing here in this part that all the tips and tricks to improve listening and specifically listening part one. Because the beginners of IELTS listening need to know about it first, and then they would be able to do the second part, the third part, and the last one, fourth part. Because the IELTS listening becomes difficult from the beginning, from the first part till the fourth one, till the end. So this is important for the beginners to practice first part maximum. When they will master this first part of listening, they would be able to solve the second one, and then they should practice sometimes for second part, and then they should. Okay, now without wasting time, we are starting, and I am sharing with you some of the tips and tricks which are very important to score good bands in IELTS listening part one. तो अभी हम अपने कंप्यूटर की स्क्रीन पे शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं ताकि हम उसको प्रैक्टिकली वन बाय वन करके देख पाएं और उसको समझ पाएं। जी, तो ऑडियंस, you can see here that we having the first part of listening here, and we would be solving it together. You would also be solving it together with me, and I would be telling you all the answers and questions and tips and tricks. Along with that, we would be solving it till the first question, from the first question till the last one, the 10th one. Now, let's get started without wasting time. Now, Ji, first of all, when you will start it, so you may see here that you are having above a statement, write no more than two words and or a number for each answer. Okay, this is very important, students. Before starting it, you need to read all the instructions given above before starting any part of listening, because if you wouldn't follow these instructions, so you may answers in words more than which are required or less than which are required, which can result in uh, result wrong in your answer. So I would suggest you that be very careful while reading this instruction. Two words are a number. Now let's explain it. Two words mean alphabetical, two words are number mean that are one digital numeric digit. तो collectively it becomes three. Okay जी, हम इसको ऑडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं. First of all, before starting audio, I would let you know one very important thing about IELTS listening, that you must be having in your view and in your mind that what is the topic of this listening actually. So there is a topic when it comes to reading, when it comes to listening. These are especially दो two जो हमारे पास receptive skills हैं. Sometimes students, I would speak Urdu for your inconvenience, that most of the students we listening us that maybe not be able to understand the thoroughly English. So sometimes I, for your convenience, I would try speaking Urdu as well. Okay जी. So first of all, we need to know, they announce the, in audio first, they announce the topic of this listening. So you must be having in your mind, in your visualization, okay, what kind of topic we are listening to. And we would be having the complete scenario in our imagination, so that we maybe answer, correctly. Let's get started. Again, Ji, video and audio you would be listening. देखें कि वो किस बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो लिसनिंग का पार्ट है उसमें वो ये बताएँगे आपको कि वो मतलब एक एग्ज़ाम्पल देंगे कि वो किस तरह जो है आप आंसर सुनेंगे और उनके आंसर करेंगे जी
Peter and Jim talking about some details for their shared accommodation. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 4.
Well, you might have listened in this audio that first you are going to solve the question 1 to 4. And now, when you listen to this audio, you must be having a very keen and very vigilant look on this screen that mean what we are going to solve and all the 4 questions very carefully. Like uh, they are, I mean, two people are speaking here, Peter and Jim, and they are talking about some discussion about having a next year's lease apartment or a room which they are sharing with together, right? Now, the first question is the total rent. The Peter's share is 110 pound, and Jim's share there would we will write here after listening. And secondly, car parking you can see in the dash. तो कार पार्किंग जो है वो कहाँ पे होगी दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टिप आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू स्टूडेंट्स that please you need to mean predict the things that what possibly and preferably and might come in the gap if you would be I mean visualizing the scene and you would be predicting the answers yourself so you have done half of your job beforehand before listening to the answers so when you would do that most probably you are going to give your all the 10 answers correctly. Let's listen to it again, please. Let's start.
Which has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Hey Jim, it's Peter.
Oh, hey Peter, what's up?
I thought I'd call so we could hammer out the details for next year's lease.
Peter says that he wants to hammer out the details for next year's lease with Jim. So, lease has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
Okay, students, let me tell you that you might have listened that they're talking about, we have, given example that the discussion topic is lease for next year, right? And let me tell you that we are not able to repeat or stop or, anything in real exam setting. I'm teaching you here, so sometimes I will pause the audio for making you understand that what is, they are saying and what is the answer and what you might have guessed might be the same, might be the different. But there won't be having the option of pause of the audio. Make sure it.
Hey Jim, Peter.
Oh, hey Peter, what's up?
I thought I'd call so we could hammer out the details for next year's lease.
That's a good idea. Did we ever decide on how to split the total rent?
Well, I was thinking since my room is bigger, I probably should pay a little more. So I could pay £110 and you could pay £80. Does that sound okay?
Considering that my old apartment cost me £100 for a smaller room, I'm definitely all right with that. Hey,
Well, you might have listened that Peter is ready to pay 110 pounds, and Jim's share is 80 pounds, and you have guessed the answer correctly that 80 pounds. We will not write pound along with 80 because the pound symbol is already there in the question statement. So we will just write 80. And your answer is good that 80 pound is the correct answer. Now, car parking, we might be thinking in our mind that where we possibly can park the car and then we try to listen to in the audio that what they say, then obviously we would be guessing correct.
I was looking at a map of the area and can't seem to find a bus stop near it. Do you know where we would catch the bus?
Well, the bus is actually pretty far from us, but we have that garage that we can park our cars in.
Wow, that's great.
Okay, you might have listened now that they're talking about car parking. So first they were talking about bus, but the one person says that we have a garage and we can park our car there. Okay, one more thing, very important tip I'm gonna share with you that you would write all the answers in block letters because sometimes it happens that we in proper noun we have to capitalize our first letter. So while listening and while typing, we may get confused and we may write the spelling incorrect as well as we may in confusion do some other mistakes. So it is better that we should switch it from on block letters so that all the answers would be coming in block letters. We don't have to switch the caps lock. We don't have to press the yeah, shift key for that. So it's preferable that you should be using block letters for your answer and make sure that it is acceptable in IELTS listening as well as in reading. Okay, now we're gonna listen about the place to buy things because Jim works there. Please understand this because in IELTS listening they tell you that like such things before the gap you need to be very keen eye on when you listening to this audio. And moreover, because Jim works there, when they will speak the answer, they will definitely speaking earlier part before the gap and after the gap something about it, so that would be making sure what is the exact answer. So students, you should be listening to it. Some students get confused that how would we making sure the right answer, whether we given wrong or right. So this is the actually thing, that a place to buy things. And because Jim works it, this much we having, we are just trying to guess the two words or a number. So we can fit the answer here, and we can surmise and we can analyze and observe that whether we have guessed the answers correctly or not. So this is a very big actually guess that if they talk something like that, that because Jim works there are a place to buy things, so obviously our answer would be correct. Let's listen it.
Convenient parking is hard to find, so we're lucky we have that. Okay, so we have a whole lot of things we'll need to buy when we move in. How do you want to split that up?
I was wondering, do you still work at the supermarket?
Yep, every Tuesday and Saturday.
Would you be able to buy things from there if I sent you a shopping list?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay, now you must have listened that Jim still works there in supermarket every Tuesday and Saturday. Might he has spoken. And one more thing, the pronunciation is very important. I would be making for other videos which would be on speaking. So I would be teaching you some of the very important words which pronunciation we in Asian countries or in Pakistan especially where we are belonging to, we might pronounce this very important and very common words wrong. So this is the Britisher says not Tuesday, it's Tuesday, right? CHO as ZDO, Tuesday. So this might be new for you, though I thought it important to share with you this pronunciation of this word. Well, a place to buy things. Obviously, you have guessed it correctly. This is supermarket. Yeah, I have analyzed that some of the students are being getting very confused that whether we should write this super separately and market separately. But in IELTS, sometimes you confront a different criteria. The supermarket here would be written in one word like I have written before you. So some student make this mistake, so I have shared with the fees. They should share dash fees. Okay, they're talking about sharing some fees. We don't know. Here would come a noun actually. So we must be making sure the word class would come here in the gap. So if for guessing all these things, we become maximum sure that whether we are giving the right answer or wrong answers. So if it depends that how much proficient you are in understanding all these things, grammatical perspectives of the language, and as well as they mean context of the discussion they're making, and obviously what would come in the gap. We can understand and guess correctly if we understand all these aspects of language.
Great. Then I can take care of whatever else we need that you wouldn't get at a supermarket. If you want, I'll pick you up from work that day and we can go to the apartment together.
Oh, that would be great, thanks.
No problem. That way we can split the cost of petrol.
Works for me. It's so expensive these days, isn't it?
Okay, well, you have guessed it right. Now they are talking about sharing the cost of petrol. Well, now petrol is a noun, and now we will listen from 5 to 10. Rest of the questions of first part listening.
Isn't it?
It's downright obscene.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 5 to 10.
Okay, when they give you time to look at the question 5 to 10, you might have written it on the paper, because they give you a pencil and a paper and you need to write your ID there. They, after completing your test, they take it back from you, but as long as
Now
giving
listen
your
and
test,
answer questions 5 to 10.
sorry, that is with you actually. So you must be, if you have written it on the paper, you must be transferring your answer on your here on your with the help of your keyboard on your computer. And now please listen carefully. And this is very important to give a glance over all these questions. Okay. The dash is needed in the kitchen. What obviously the appliances needed. So from here till here sixth question, two questions we would be discussing about the appliances needed. And the other section, location of the telephone, obviously in the dash, some of the part would be in the house. There, they would put the telephone. And move-in date, I think so. They're talking about move-in date about telephone, that when they would move it to some other place, and watching the game together on dash. When they are watching the game together on. On means we may understand that they might be talking about some special day. They would watch the game together. Well, and the last one is what gym needs to before move-in. So move-in se pehle what the gym is going to do. So all these answers we are giving here in the second part of listening in section 1. Let's try to listen it and answer it correctly together.
10.
So let's figure out what appliances we need. Do we have a microwave?
Yes, the landlord's providing that for us. Hey, do you still have that space heater though? We need one for the kitchen since it's not connected to the central heating.
Okay, now you have guessed it correctly. The answer is space heater. Right. Now, the second thing we need for the kitchen, Jim will buy dash at the store. Now, please try to listen carefully that what Jim will buy at the store for the kitchen.
All right, I'll bring that. Anything else?
Well, I have some dining room and living room furniture I can bring, so that should take care of most of the big stuff. You know what we do need though? Do you bring a toaster?
I actually don't have one.
Okay, very good. They need a toaster. And they are asking that we don't have one. Toaster they don't have. And make sure you are writing the spelling correctly of all the answers. Make sure that if you will, write an incorrect spelling of even a single word, it might be a plural S or a ES, your answer would be considered wrong. And location of the telephone now, please listen it carefully.
It doesn't come with the microwave.
No, the landlord is only supplying the microwave. It would really help if you could bring one.
Okay, I'll pick one up at the store. You know, I also have this cool antique rotary phone that would be a cool addition to the apartment, sort of as decoration and utility.
Oh, cool. The only thing is, we'd have to put it in the kitchen unless you want it in your room.
Why not put it in the living room?
The living room's too loud to have a phone conversation. The noise sort of carries. So if one person is trying to watch TV or have friends over, the person on the phone won't be able to hear.
Okay, well, I guess kitchen it is then.
Okay, now you have to wait till the end of the discussion of one thing that because sometimes the first they talking about and deciding the things differently, but at the end when we sometimes some students write the answer and they consider that we have given and written the right answers, but at the end of the discussion they change their answer. But here in this case they have decided finally that they have decided the place for placing the telephone, that is kitchen. Yes. And now
Any other big things we need? That seems like everything.
That's all I can think of. And of course, move in is
June the 1st.
well, June the 1st. Okay, now this is important to learn here that June 1st you can write like that, or 1st June you can write like this. Both the answers are correct. To make sure that no, one thing is optional. First, you can write like this as well. So this is how you can give your answer. This is very important. Sometimes students guess their answer correctly, but they don't know how to write it and how IELTS is demanding from them to write it. So this is very important to see the right criteria to write the answers in. So now I have given you all the things and all that which are acceptable criteria like June 1st or 1st June or ST is optional.
I can't wait. We'll be able to watch the big game in our new apartment. It's going to be awesome.
yeah, we can move in the morning, and then Friday night we can sit back and cheer on Liverpool.
Okay, well, Friday night they will watch and play the game together. Well, the last one, please listen it carefully. We have solved it almost all the first part of listening. Alhamdulillah.
I have an exam in the morning, but we'll be done around 11 a.m. and can move in after.
Okay, this is very important. I think so. You might have guessed exam. This is very important that what Jim needs to do before move-in. Take move-in से पहले उसको क्या चीज की जरूरत है? Take dash in the morning. Okay, in the morning he has spoken. Moreover, this is very important. Guess and cue here. The take. You need to be predicting and analyzing the what things we take. We need to analyze the collocation of the word. We take coffee, we take jam, we take exercise, we take dose, we take a breakfast. But such things we take, so we must be predicting and we must be trying to listen such things in the discussion so that we may give right answer. So last one is exam. Okay, student, we have done the first listening part. I hope you might have understood it. And if you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Uh, my channel's name is IELTS with Sir Rahat. So please